Welcome to Ray and Everything. Where we talk about Ray and everything. I mumbled that. Man, so good morning. I wanted to talk to you all about a situation that I seen online that was crazy. So I guess Roland Martin has a show, and these people have to face people. Well, yeah, they do have to face people who are online now. And some guy, I guess the guy from Chicago, I guess they had a disagreement. Roland Martin probably called him a dummy, and he felt disrespected by that. So the DNC was in Chicago, and this guy came up there to, I guess, fight Roland Martin or threaten Roland Martin, or I don't know. I don't know. So now they're going back and forth still on their shows with the respective others, and the respective others who are online, professors and people like, and I guess, I don't know, whoever. And I just want to say this. Both of y'all are wrong. Both the online guy, I guess his name is Jamal Green, he's wrong, and Roland Martin is wrong. They're both wrong. And why do I say that? I say that because, one, none of this should equal into a fight. No one's doing any physical harm to each other, so I don't know why it would equal into a fight. It's just ridiculous. I know politics gets, very touchy, but we shouldn't be threatening one another behind politics, because neither one of them run anything. They just have opinions. Let's just be honest. We all just have opinions. It doesn't make any sense for us to be trying to even fight, or even coming close to fighting one another behind that. That's one. The second thing is this. I'd rather see Kamala Harris get elected, because it'll be the first woman president, even though this is symbolic. It will be the first woman president, the first woman that's black. Definitely, it'll be the first woman president if she gets elected. And I just think that the overall Democratic Party is better for me, because I'm a working class person. I'm not rich. Excuse me. So, it doesn't make any sense for me to vote for the Republican Party. And I also think that at this time, I think Donald Trump is potentially trying to be a dictator, or at least erode the confidence in government even more, where he could possibly be a dictator. And this is not something we need. It's just not something we need right now. At this time, it's not something we need. So I would liken it to an analogy as a house being on fire. The house is on fire, and I'm not saying that the house hasn't been on fire for some years, or it hasn't been, we haven't been in a very delicate situation, but the house is on fire. And it doesn't make any sense to argue while the house is on fire. That's the worst thing to be doing. If the house is on fire, let's put the fire out first, and then we can go back to arguing. And I think there's a lot of people with that sentiment. I'm not in particularly. I'm pretty sure there's part of Kamala's politics that I'm probably not going to agree with, and I'm pretty sure that she's going to play the corporate game and all of those things. But for right now, we just have to practice the situational awareness. Let's put out the fire, which is this guy Donald Trump, who, in my opinion, is just a guy who's running for president for himself, for power for himself, and for power for his family. And he's willing to do whatever it takes, and we can't have that. We can't have that, because people's lives are on the line, and no one's getting any younger. So we can't play another 4 years, throw another 4 years away to a guy who wants to experiment at being a dictator. We can't, and we shouldn't. And so, in conclusion, I think that the Jamal Green guy, he's trying to have this policy agenda based around this thing, and he wants to question, what is the Democratic Party going to do for you? And Well, both parties haven't really been doing anything. The Republican Party is running the House, and they haven't passed any laws, any legislation, let alone legislation that will help. So, with that being said, let's put out the fire. Let's have, in my opinion, I think we should put out the fire. Let's have a symbolic victory where that ceiling would be broken to where now there will be a woman president. I mean, all the other nations have had them, most of the developed nations have had one. It's not like women aren't just as talented or just as smart or smarter than a lot of the men. And we can do this. And then this will be a black woman president. And that would be tremendous. Tremendous. And so I don't think we should block that for someone who wants to play like they're smarter than everyone else. We can fight her if she's wrong, or if we don't like a policy, or if we want something better when she gets into office. But for right now, we know what Donald Trump is going to do. He's already done what he came to do. He's an old man. He's the past. Let's move into the future. And with that being said, I'll just use this. I think they should both apologize to one another too, Jamal Green and Roland Martin. I think they should apologize to one another. But with that being said, I just want to use just a couple passages from the Bible that I read, and I can't quote the exact line and numbers of the scriptures, but I think we come up with an issue when we consider ourselves to be wise. With no one smarter than anyone. We're just not. And we like to think that we are. We want to get a big pat on our back, for being right all the time, or for being smart. And it doesn't serve us well. It doesn't serve us well at all. We should all humble ourselves, and that includes me. That includes myself. Right, and everything. Out.